Here's a little sneak peek of what we're making today. Hello everybody, welcome back to Flower Club. My name is Penny. I will be doing a little tutorial with you today for those who are new, and this is going to be a little bit of an Easter adjacent arrangement. So happy Easter to those who celebrate. I will introduce the flowers now, we'll see what we have. So I've got beautiful aster, it reminds me of an Easter daisy but a little bit more lasting power. Gorgeous. Lovely ornamental kale. I love when it comes back in season. And some olive foliage. You may get olives on your olive foliage or you may not get olives. So I'm going to design into this vase. I think I did this one last fortnight. I like that it's just kind of low and a bit wider, but this can be done in a tall skinny as well, whatever you want to do. Let's start out with our prep. So I'm just going to pull all the foliage off the lower part of the stem, weird headless ones too. So we're removing all the lower leaves so they don't go into the water. We want to keep the water as clean as possible. Cleaner water equals longer lasting flowers, equals happy days. No leaf, no stem in the water. I'll do our olive, and I won't do too much of the olive at this stage because it's so big. I want to keep it pretty intact until I know kind of how I want to use each piece. Something like that, keep it, you never know. I'll just go through and just snip, snip, snip and get it as flush to the main stem as possible. That way it's not going to catch on anything if you try to move it around in the vase. It won't pull out your entire arrangement. Okay, just separate out some smaller pieces. Just removing the lower stems from the smaller pieces too. Okay, put those to the side. And now for my kale, I am actually going to reflex the kale just to mix it up a little bit. I'm just going to grab a second vase. You can just get anything just to put them in, just so when we reflex, they don't rest and get unreflexed. So my second vase, just there. I don't have water in it or anything. And I'm just going to kind of start prying back each petal, leaf. Just to, if you can see there, it starts fanning it out. It's just really flipping it kind of inside out. This is technically edible, but it's more made, it's more grown for the look rather than, but don't eat it because obviously it's treated with 1,000 pesticides, even though there are little caterpillar bite marks in the kale. It's just personality. It's got a little personality. All right, so this is where we're at. See, it's kind of looking like a reflexed cabbage. And I'm going to leave the center one as it is, the little center bud, before and after. And then that's why I have my second vase, so it doesn't, all my beautiful work doesn't get destroyed. I'm just really like flipping, the bottom ones you just kind of press down. They don't really have much going on, but you just, it goes like this and you just kind of push your thumb kind of into this bit and kind of flip it outwards. And if anyone's reflexed roses, you can know they can be quite delicate. They can rip. They have to be a bit warmer, a bit older. They can't be in the fridge. They can't be too fresh, blah, blah, blah. These are very forgiving. And the great thing about reflexing the ornamental kale / cabbage is that it kind of reveals the color, that beautiful lilac. I'm going to get rid of some of these weird bits down the stem. Okay, I'm just going to start basing the vase. Fresh cut on an angle. The more severe the angle, the more surface area to drink. And if you have a hard time getting through the stem, you can just cut a little bit so it just has a little nick and just snap it the rest of the way. Get out of it. Okay, this is kind of where I'm at. A little asymmetry going on. And then I have some pieces left over for later, for finishing touches. And the thing about designing with flowers that I always like to do is, if you ever get a bunch of flowers, a collection of flowers, and you just want to have a go, you don't want you do it to start, make it look really bad, and then pull it all apart and redo it. Do a practice run, that's totally fine. But if you just start and stop thinking and just put the flowers, you'll eventually get there. Okay, I'm going to place my kale next. Bounce it around like this to kind of see where I want it to be. You can kind of put it behind the vase like this. It kind of helps you get an idea without having to fully commit to putting it in the vase just yet. Okay, we've got one up high, one down low. And now I'm going to go in with my aster and just place them kind of throughout. I do want this to be a little bit more of a wild arrangement. Lots of sprawling bits of olive and negative space. Measure it against a vase if I wanted it here. Kind of see where I need to cut and then cut there. I'm kind of making sure that there's a little bit of a cluster, but you don't see a stem too much. So sticking out like this, it's a little distracting. I kind of cluster the heads of the flowers together. If you do need to pull something out of the design to cut it a bit shorter, just kind of very gently twist it, just to make sure it doesn't get caught on anything and the whole thing comes flying out. Disastrous. Alrighty, and we're all done. So we've got low kale, high kale, aster throughout, and then a little bit of asymmetry with the olive. Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this week's Flower Club, and I'll see you all next fortnight. It's going to be an autumnal theme. Get very excited. I'm very excited. Alrighty, see you next time.